Tim Cook is about to ask you for over $2,000, and the craziest part is you're probably going to pay for it. Apple's September event is creeping up fast, just 2.5 months away, and Cupertino is gearing up for what looks like the biggest hardware drop in a decade. We're tracking 10 distinct new products ready to launch, plus one highly anticipated piece of tech that just got brutally delayed. Honestly, I'll believe some of these wild specs when I see them, but the supply chain doesn't lie. Let's talk about the iPhone 18 Pro and Pro Max. Mark Gurman has been hinting at some massive camera redesigns, and now reports out of the LEC are backing that up. The design language might look familiar at a glance, but the camera plateau on the back is getting noticeably thicker. Why? Because Apple's cramming an ultra-large 48-megapixel main sensor back there with a brand new variable aperture. If you've ever been frustrated by the lack of natural depth of field on a smartphone camera, this is the fix. And for the colors, we're tracking silver, sky blue, black, and this incredibly stealthy dark deep cherry. But the real story is under the hood. For years, Apple's been paying the so-called Qualcomm tax for modems, but they're finally ditching them. The new C2 or C2X custom Apple modems are stepping in. That means Wi-Fi and cellular are completely under Apple's control now. Expect seamless integration and a serious bump in reliability, plus full 5G service over satellite. Powering all of this is the A20 Pro chip, and this is where it gets insane. DG Times is reporting that Apple secured essentially all of TSMC's 2-nanometer production capacity. 2-nanometer technology means massive leaps in efficiency and raw performance. We always worry about thermal throttling on these tiny nodes, but if they pull it off, on-device AI performance is going to absolutely scream. Speaking of screaming, we need to talk about the iPhone Ultra Fold. Yes, Apple's first foldable is finally breaking cover. Ross Young has been remarkably accurate about display supply chain movements, and the word on the street is a crease-free display. Wait, really? A completely flat inner screen? Samsung hasn't even perfected that yet. When it's folded, it functions like a thick but easily pocketable phone with a highly immersive front display that you can actually use comfortably with one hand. Unfold it, and you basically have an iPad mini. Side-by-side multitasking is going to make this the ultimate daily driver for power users. It packs the same A20 Pro silicon, plus the biggest battery we've ever seen in an iPhone, likely north of 5,400 mAh. But here's the catch. Tim Cook practically warned investors about rising memory costs, so expect the Apple tax to hit hard here. $2,000 is the starting point. Let me ask you right now, drop a comment below. Would you actually drop $2,000 on a folding iPhone? Or are you perfectly happy with the traditional Pro Max slab? Moving from your pocket to your living room, the Apple TV 4K is getting a monstrous spec bump. We fully expected this at WWDC, but Cupertino held it back. Why? Because tvOS 27 relies heavily on the completely revamped Siri AI. Under the hood, we're getting an A17 Pro chip. Overkill for a streaming box? Probably. But they're pairing it with Apple's custom N1 chip, bringing Bluetooth 6 and Wi-Fi 7 to the living room. Finding movies and shows with a new conversational Siri is going to make the old voice remote feel like a dinosaur. But Apple isn't stopping at the TV. They're finally taking the smart home seriously with a brand new smart home hub. This was missing in action last month, but it's locked in for September. I've been running beta tests on the new Siri AI, and it's genuinely shocking. We pitted it against Galaxy AI on the S26 Ultra, and Siri actually crushed it in our benchmark categories. Now, imagine that intelligence baked into an iPad-like display mounted on your wall or attached to a HomePod base. It features a center-stage Face ID camera that authenticates who's standing in front of it. It knows if it's you or your partner asking for calendar updates. It follows you around the room during FaceTime calls. It runs the full suite of apps. It's the ultimate command center. On the audio side, Ming-Chi Kuo is pointing to a completely refreshed HomePod Mini 2. The current S5 chip is getting swapped out for a much faster S10, alongside Wi-Fi 6E and the U2 Ultra wideband chip. That means instantaneous, reliable handoff when you tap your phone to the speaker. New drivers mean richer sound, and we're expecting some fresh colors to match your decor. And don't forget the big boy. A brand new full-size HomePod is launching right alongside it, fully supporting the revamped Siri AI with a new N1 chip. If they can fix the weird popping issues from the first generation and enhance the computational audio, it's going to be a must-buy for audiophiles. Now, let's look at your wrist. The Apple Watch Ultra is finally getting its first major redesign. Mako Takara has been dropping hints about a significantly thinner chassis. They're slimming it down while adding blood pressure monitoring for the first time. This relies on a completely redesigned heart rate sensor array on the bottom case. Powered by the new S12 chip, it promises better battery life, an upgraded display, and wait for it, 5G over satellite right on your wrist. That's a massive safety net for off-grid adventurers. The standard Apple Watch Series 12 is also getting that S12 chip and the new sensor array, though the design remains the same super thin profile they introduced recently. Number 9 on the docket is one of my personal favorites, the iPad Mini 8. It's getting a full-blown OLED display. The contrast, the perfectly deep blacks, the vibrant colors, it's going to look stunning. The bezels are shrinking, making it look incredibly modern. Inside, it's rocking the A20 Pro chip with 12 gigs of RAM, ensuring it has the horsepower to run all the heavy local Siri AI models. But the wildest rumor? Vibration-based speakers. No speaker grills. No holes in the aluminum chassis at all. The screen and body vibrate to produce sound. Honestly, I'm extremely skeptical about how good that will actually sound, but Apple's acoustic engineering team usually delivers. Rounding out the top 10 is a weird but awesome one. The Apple Smart Face ID Doorbell. At WWDC, Apple quietly added 4K security camera support to the Home app. That was the breadcrumb. Now, Shrimp Apple Pro suggests a first-party doorbell is coming with actual infrared Face ID built right in. You walk up to your door, it securely authenticates your 3D facial map, and the deadbolt automatically unlocks. No fumbling for keys, no typing codes, just walk right in. It's going to be perfect for families with kids coming home from school. But isn't all good news today? There's one product that was highly anticipated for September that just got gutted from the lineup. The AirPods Ultra with built-in cameras. Yes, cameras in your earbuds. The idea was that they act as a pair of eyes for Siri AI. You walk up to a landmark or a product in a store, ask what you're looking at, and the cameras feed that visual data directly to Siri without you ever touching your phone. It's basically the beta test for Apple's smart glasses. Sadly, supply chain snags have pushed these back to late next year. A huge bummer, but clearly Apple isn't rushing something that complex. So, 10 massive products dropping in just a few months. From a $2,000 folding iPhone to an OLED iPad mini, my wallet is already crying. Are you upgrading your daily driver this year, or skipping this cycle entirely? Let me know down in the comments, and don't forget to check out our full Siri versus Galaxy AI breakdown right over there.